This video provides instructions on how to fit one of our Heat-Air 3GT gas heaters to a Ford Transit Custom. For safe installation, carefully read and understand the installation instructions provided with Heat-Air. Before commencing work, ensure the vehicle is isolated from any power source. All gas products must be installed and serviced by a qualified gas engineer in accordance with the installation instructions and BS EN 1949 to 2011. All electrical work must be carried out by a competent person as defined by BS 7671. To start, we will show you how to assemble the bracket and heater on a bench. The bracket comes in three parts. Firstly, assemble the two larger brackets together and then locate the tabs in the slots on the side of the housing. Using two of the screws provided, which are suitable for plastic, secure this part of the bracket assembly to the heater and insert the tabs into the slots of the bracket assembly and heater. Fix the bracket assembly together using the studs and nuts as shown. Finally, use another two of the screws provided to fix the complete assembly to the heater. After that, the four isolation mounts need fitted. Ensure these are sufficiently tightened to prevent rotation. Make sure there are gaps between the small metal isolation brackets and the main bracket assembly to prevent metal-to-metal contact. A screwdriver can be used, as shown, to ensure the gap. Double check that there are gaps between the small isolation mount brackets and the main bracket. Any contact will negate the performance of the isolation mounts. The 3GT is suitable for connecting directly onto 65mm ducting and comes with two reducers to accommodate this. The reducers should be clipped in place on each end and then sealed with a suitable high temperature sealant. Using the template provided, pilot drill and then fully drill out holes suitable. 4 M8 anti-rotation through floor bolts and M8 nylock nuts and washers must be used. Locate the heater and bracket assembly onto the 4 bolts. A vertical transmission jack can be used to do this for ease. Once located, hand tighten the nuts and then use a socket wrench to tighten up each of them. The ducting to be used for the air outlet and intake can be used to mark out the locations shown in the video, with the pilot hole being drilled from underneath. Using a hole saw suitable for 65mm ducting, cut holes in the floor from inside the van. The ducting can then be fitted to the heater with the appropriate size of pipe clip. 65mm ducting is to be used for the Heat-Air 3 GT model. The inside location for the air inlet is just behind the driver's seat. Note, the pipe clips and 65mm ducting are not included in the kit. The exhaust is the next item to be fitted on the metal port of the heater using the clamp included in the kit. 3 24mm metal brackets are provided to route the exhaust to the edge of the vehicle. Fit these to standard as stated in BS EN 1949 to 2011. To finish this part of the install, fit the flue terminal bracket at the edge of the vehicle. A screw can be used to secure the end of the exhaust in place. Next, the combustion air intake should be fitted to the black plastic port of the heater. 2 cable ties are ideal for securing the intake silencer to the chassis at the location shown. To ensure air tightness in the combustion circuit, make sure both the air intake and exhaust clamps are fully tightened. After the initial rise of the exhaust from the heater, a gradual drop should be established to ensure any condensate generated runs out the end of the terminal. Flue brackets provided are of different lengths to facilitate this. The exhaust outlet must be positioned in such a way that exhaust gases may not enter the vehicle interior or external living space. Further restrictions and requirements for exhaust components are outlined in Section 5 of the installation instructions. A separate 29mm diameter hole should be drilled for routing the wiring into the van. It's important to make sure the wiring is tracked out of harm's way. An 8mm straight or elbow fitting should be used to fit the gas pipe. This part of the installation should be carried out by a qualified gas engineer in accordance with the installation instructions and BS EN 1949 to 2011. The final installation steps are the connection of the electrics, including the control panel. For this, a 7-metre control panel cable is provided. This also includes ducting the warm air inside to suit the layout of your van. Once all is complete, ensure the installation is signed off by a qualified gas engineer in accordance with the installation instructions and BS EN 1949 to 2011.